sem dinheiro pra fazer pix e...
E aí, Lucadzito, beleza? Tá fazendo muito barulho aí, gente, porque eu tô com o ventilador ligado aqui. Tá fazendo 35 graus, gente, me desculpa aí. Que é calor pra caralho, tá doido. Então tá de boas. Continua com o turbina. Beleza. Vou deixar o microfone longe dele aqui só pra garantir. Um minuto, hein? Aqui também não tá ajudando não, cara. Tá dando uma aliviada só, mas tá quente ainda. Puta que pariu. E aí, vai começar ou não esse negócio? Halo acho que não vem, não. Eu tô assistindo mais pelo Avald, que tá, tipo, na pegada de Skyrim, tá ligado? Eu tô um pouco interessado no Indiana Jones também. Mas o... Ô, caralho. Que susto, do nada. Do Neida. Deixa eu baixar o volume da minha TV, que senão vai dar um eco absurdo aí. Salve, Calibrão, beleza? Caliborn. O Indiana Jones vai ter sim, ele vai aparecer nesse direct. E aí, Nacrote? Eu falei seu nome certo no vídeo de hoje? Só pra ter certeza. Os dois que eu tô mais animado pra ver é o Avald e o Indiana Jones. O Hellblade, eu não sou muito fã do primeiro, é muito Walking Simulator pra mim. Cara, eu joguei, eu experimentei, né, o Hellblade. Mas, tipo, você só fica andando, os puzzles é facinho demais, sei lá, mano. Ô, louco, o velho dando estrelinha, mano. Caralho. Isso aí eu não esperava ver, não. O velho dando estrelinha eu não esperava ver na porra do Developer Direct, não. Já. Parece ele mesmo, mano. Obsidian, hein? Agora, hein? Tô assistindo por esse jogo aí, o Avald. Bora ver. Foi parar no hospital com a costela quebrada.
I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy
Peraí, tem
action
legenda?
RPG,
Ah.
Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands.
Português do Brasil, hein, gente?
At the edge of the known world, where you must
Português
put a
BR.
stop to a mysterious
E tá
spiritual
tendo
plague
legenda
and discover a
em
secret.
árabe.
at the heart of the living lands.
Puta que pariu. Parabéns,
At Obsidian,
Xbox.
we love creating
Uma salva de
worlds
palmas.
with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different.
Vou procurar a live em árabe que deve ter legenda em
To give
português.
players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with
Skyrim
action-oriented
compared?
gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get
Porra,
with an
essa é uma
RPG.
varinha? Harry
Here to
Potter?
talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types.
Mas essa varinha do
It's
Harry
not
Potter
just
aí
hacking and slashing.
tá
You're
muito
making
suave.
real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat.
Caralho, tem uma pistola,
That means
bicho.
you can play however you
Tem
want.
flintlock ali.
Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could
Melhor
use your
magia,
enchanted
o
wand to
38ão.
freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles
tá
unfold
da hora o
by creating
combate.
a balance between pressure and manageability during
Mas eu
combat.
prefiro quando a magia é
Players
com a
will
mão
have
mesmo, igual
ample
no
choices
Skyrim.
for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse
É a primeira coisa que
regions.
chama atenção,
Some
obviamente.
quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands.
As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers. And as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us.
Investigação, né?
Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ru,
Quero ver na bala.
trying to
É
keep
verdade.
everyone safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died.
Mas esse bicho vermelho é
Making the
um
right
peixe?
choice isn't always what it seems.
Ele tem escama,
We
velho.
embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Masui never has a thought he won't say.
Esse corte de cabelo mais usado
So what did he tell you?
atualmente.
That Captain Ruiki was sick?
Ave
That I was
Maria.
paranoid? That I was a dumb
O
baby?
Killmonger do
I heard it all
Pantera
off
Negra
and
devia
loud.
cobrar pra usarem esse
You
corte de
found
cabelo, que foi ele
Sergeant
que lançou.
Why is he not here
Todo
with
mundo agora tá usando.
What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it?
Cara, tem um LA Noir no jogo. Dá pra você
Não,
ver se
they-
o cara tá mentindo ou tá falando a
They
verdade.
should have never have camped.
Tem que ser meio detetive no
I'll
negócio.
take the badges. I'm going back to Third Born.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique,
Essa dá uma
colorful,
meio de
and
metaforando
dynamic
no
visual
jogo.
style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant
Bonito lugar.
with the dull, or verdant spaces
Esse é o
with
Jajá
simple
que deu
ones,
estrelinha?
we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely
Jajá
varied
da bigoda.
biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic
Tobey
wastes.
Maguire,
And
gordo e
each of
careca.
those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've
O mapa
enjoyed
parece
this
bem
look at
bacana de
Avowed.
explorar, mano.
We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
É, vai ser no final do ano. Lá pra outubro, setembro, novembro, talvez. Se não for, não tomar um delay, né? É bem possível que aconteça isso ainda. Mas tá da hora, tá legal. Tipo, não me deixou, assim... super hypado, mas parece legal o que eu vi. Fall 2024. Mas tava fácil esse mapa. Ok. Vamos de Indiana Jones agora, pelo amor de Deus. Indiana Jones. Puta que pariu, Ninja Theory. Ai, caralho. Isso é o que eu menos tenho interesse de ver, mano.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews,
Deixa eu
studio
ver
head
se arrumaram a
here at
legenda.
Ninja Theory in
Não.
Cambridge, UK.
Tá em árabe
We're now
aí.
in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Parabéns,
And the team
Xbox.
is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey.
Os caras botam
into
legenda
Senua's
árabe
unique
na
world
stream do
and her
Brasil.
battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Deixa eu ver se dá pra pular. Não dá, porque é estreia. Que merda.
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade.
Meu Deus, se eles me mostrarem mais um tutorial de maquiagem dessa mina aí, eu vou ficar maluco, velho.
While the Furies are still her constant companions,
DMC Devil May Cry 2 nem brinca com isso, mano.
Pelo
amor de Deus. Tá repreendido. Bater na madeira aqui.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people.
Ela daria uma
In the
boa
story,
riquina.
we're trying to be as faithful
Sincero.
to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid
Como que
framework
muda a
and
legenda?
then
Deixa eu
building
ver.
more surreal
Legendas.
elements on top.
Oh, dá pra...
Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the
Cadê
land
português,
into
gente?
chaos, and which
Aqui, achei.
in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the
Essa aqui não é
settlements
oficial, é... gerada automaticamente,
Senua
gente. Não
will
sei se vai ser
make
direito não,
new
mas...
enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Forspoken 2. Vocês só estão falando coisa amaldiçoada nesse chat, mano. É DMC Devil May Cry 2, Forspoken 2.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who
doido.
experiences psychosis. seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience.
Esse maluco da universidade aí parece o maluco do Peaky Blinders, só que velho.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way.
Nossa,
and battling through encounters with enemies
Marvel's
that push
Avengers
Senua
2.
to her limits.
O Gollum 2 também, né?
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew and a new
Ai
cast.
meu Deus, eles vão fazer tutorial de maquiagem dela de novo,
planning
velho.
the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's
Ok, se
very
isso
brutal
for
and you're
gameplay de
very
verdade,
invested in it.
tá bonito, mas
Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle.
ninguém sabe se isso é
in every
gameplay
step
mesmo ou
of
se é
her
só uma
journey.
cutscene, né?
We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces, and then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story.
É, graficamente esse
We
jogo
were
é muito
lucky enough
bonito.
to do a few
Não tenho o que
reference
reclamar
gathering trips in
dos gráficos
Iceland.
dele.
You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears. These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus on immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head.
Pô, isso que é foda, que você tem que jogar esses jogos com fone de ouvido. Eu não gosto de jogar de fone.
There is music that is binaural. Every single
Eu tenho
sound
preguiça de jogar de
has
fone.
potential to be binaural, so everything is specialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience. Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast.
Aê, caixa de som. É bom que você vai poder jogar a versão de Play 5 também, que é bem melhor que a do Play 4. Joga de 60 frames, é bem melhor que de 30 o modo.
On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own purists. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st.
21 de maio. Ok, até lá eu termino o primeiro e a gente joga esse aí em live. A não ser que Dragon's Dogma seja, tipo, muito bom e eu vá jogar de março até maio, sem parar. O que é possível. O que é isso, velho? Square Enix?
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix.
É da Tales of Mana. Se eles botassem um Final Fantasy no Xbox, ia dar uma... ia dar um rolo. Puta que pariu. Veio brigar demais.
ゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、
PlayStation Players.
心に響く楽曲の
Faz tanto tempo que eles não colocam um jogo no Xbox que até confundem, né?
アクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Nunca joguei essa série do Mana aí, mas parece legal.
これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんと共に聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Gretz. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中にはすでにイメージができていたものもあります。
sei lá, Dragon Quest em tempo real.
ドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。
Cara, esse cogumelo aí, não vou nem falar que tá aparecendo isso aí.
作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル、ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという。
É engraçado que ele tá vestido como se fosse um super vilão mesmo. Tem até uma peninha do Sephiroth ali
見た目はアルマジロによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージを浮かべてきて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Dá pra fazer uns combos de Devil May Cry no jogo, ó. Ah, parece daorinha, mano.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によってはさまざまな特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは今後もさまざまな情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Cara, mano, eu pensei que não ia... Nossa, não vai ter no PlayStation? Vai ter no PC e no Xbox, mas não vai ter no PlayStation. É isso mesmo? Os caras vão deixar o Indiana Jones pro final mesmo. Puta que pariu. Vingança. Vingança por causa do Final Fantasy, velho. Esse jogo aí é outro pra dormir, velho.
Hello.
De estratégia.
Puta
que pariu.
We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same.
Eu não tenho paciência para esse tipo de jogo não, velho.
The preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features. rediscovering what made us fall in love with
Esse era o sonho, né, caixa de
strategy
som,
games in the first
mas
place.
eles fizeram uma
End
besteira
result
lá
is
com
Ara, the
entre aspas
historical
remake
grand
do
strategy
7.
game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want
Vamos
to
ver se o
rule
Rebirth
and chart
presta,
your own
mas
path to
o
becoming
primeiro eu
the
não
most
gostei muito não.
prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices
Cara,
while
tem uma
still having
freira ali,
agency
velho.
over their playstyle.
We also
Você vai
wanted
poder
to
bater nos
explore
caras com a
more in
freira.
different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique
Se você
perspective
puder
and
dar um
not just
combo de
ours.
Devil May Cry com a freira,
And finally,
eu
we knew
compro
that
esse
for
jogo.
players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes.
Eu estou cansado,
We want players
chefe.
to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule, and no feature better exemplifies
Quatro
this
bichos
than the
igual.
prestige system.
Ah, tem
To win a game of Ara,
maluco maia,
players will
asteca
compete
ali,
with
não
their
sei o que que
rivals to
é.
build the most
Parece o
influential,
Chibalanque do
impressive, and
Smite.
important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of
Eu parei de
leader
jogar, eu
they
tava
want.
em ouro, o caixa
Do
de
they want to
som.
pursue
Os
great
meus
works of
mains
arts and
eram
culture?
o Ken
Military
e o
might.
Jamie.
Scientific advancement. The choice is theirs.
O Ken é o único que eu sei jogar de verdade. O Jamie eu jogava no clássico. No novo lá, no automático, não sei como é que é o nome. Não sei jogar com ele não,
When
tô
I play
aprendendo.
Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving
I'm
huge
just scamming.
prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
No Halloween desse ano, eu e minha namorada vamos de Barbie Ken. Ela vai de Barbie e eu vou de Ken do Street Fighter.
Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and
A Aki eu
components.
não cheguei a
Rules
jogar
are
com
the
ela, mas
foundations
ela
of everything,
parece da hora, né?
from international trade to
A
improving
Kami
their
é
cities and
gatona e o
citizens'
Luke é da hora,
lives,
mano. Eu
and
curto
even
o Luke.
manufacturing the
O
weapons
dublador dele é
necessary
engraçado
to
pra
direct
caramba, faz
military
uns
units. The
memes
crafting
bem da hora.
system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's
Mano, eu
gone
sei que
into
não
our
faz nem 10
simultaneous
minutos
turning system.
que tá passando esse jogo aí, mas dá a impressão que já foi meia hora, velho.
And reacting to their opponent's
Caralho.
moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time.
Sinto que eu tô
This
assistindo
rewards
isso aqui já
players'
faz uns
ability to
45
navigate
minutos.
uncertainty, to predict
Porra.
and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment.
E aí,
This system
preguiçoso,
makes Ara
beleza?
just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous
Mucho
turns,
texto.
generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime
É verdade.
where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking
Eu
what
tô
to
quase
include.
dormindo por causa desse
For
jogo
Ara,
aqui,
we wanted
velho.
to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find
Meia-noite
leaders
te
that
conto.
they will want to play.
É, pior que parece legal,
Even a
assim.
few that may surprise
Se
them
você
with how
curte
fun it
jogo de
is when those
estratégia,
leaders are
parece
handed the
ser,
reins of power.
tipo, um jogaço, mas o negócio é que
For
eu não
us
tenho
at
paciência pra
Oxide,
esse tipo de jogo, velho.
player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people.
Jogo
we're
de
making
turno eu já
art
jogo
for.
chorando já.
You,
Imagina de
Building the
estratégia.
game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
Cougars, I hate cougars!
someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based
Cara,
on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a
esse
good
tipo de
place
jogo
with
é
the
impossível
overall
de você
threat level of
fazer
mountain lions to a
ele
player's
parecer alguma coisa interessante
years of hard work
em uma
to
live
bring you
assim,
a
velho.
strategy
Simplesmente não dá.
experience like no other.
Eu vi o wallpaper da mina ali,
We're
é o
so
Joker
excited
do Persona
to
5,
finally
velho.
see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Ara is only the beginning.
Tá acabando,
We're going
graças
to
a Deus,
maintain our
velho.
insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Outside Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Ara and to create your own history.
É engraçado o look. Ah, é só no PC. Caralho, eles passaram tipo 10 minutos mostrando um jogo que nem vai sair no Xbox, velho. Caralho, viu? Aê, Indiana Jones. Tá na hora. Rapaz, se for first person chicoter, tem que ser em terceira pessoa, velho.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure.
Assim, acho que eu nunca falei pra vocês, mas eu sou fãzaço do Indiana Jones, mano. Eu sou tão fã do Indiana Jones que eu fiz uma build dele no Dark Souls 2. Jogava PVP de chicote. Matava gente pra caralho.
You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the
Você vai ver pelos olhos dele. Vai ser em primeira pessoa, velho.
Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever.
Ó o homem aí.
Idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones and...
Aquela frase do Indiana Jones 3 eu levo como, tipo, conselho de vida. Você perdeu hoje, garoto. Mas não quer dizer que você tenha que gostar de perder. Uma frase motivacional para você continuar, independente de quando você perde.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones.
É em primeira pessoa, velho.
While you were playing your pointless game,
ou não?
I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here.
É, tá parecendo bastante o Wolfenstein. Os meus desenvolvedores, né?
Of Africa.
Nossa, é igualzinho o Harrison Ford, velho. Será que eles usaram o rosto dele? Nossa, é em primeira pessoa. É o first person chicoter mesmo, velho.
History.
Caralho.
Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me. Throughout history.
Ah, tá da hora, velho. Foda-se. Tô nem aí sem primeira pessoa. Vou jogar.
Great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
É o Harrison Ford mesmo, velho.
I've had run-ins with these guys before.
Cara, deu um parry no tiro com o chicote? Cara!
Okay then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
Tá porra.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chukwimani. The Great Circle.
O jogo tá muito bonito, velho. Leon dando pé com faca e o Indiana dando pé com chicote.
Do you have any idea how old that was?
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant
pior que
archaeologist,
o que eu mais tô vendo nesse jogo aqui é o Wolfenstein, cara.
Passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
E faz sentido, porque o Indiana Jones tá sempre lutando contra nazista, né?
Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world.
O único problema é que você não vai ver o Harrison Ford o tempo todo.
Up close and personal to the adventure.
Puta homem bonito, velho.
Making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving
Cara,
puzzles in ancient
mano, você dá uma chicotada na mão do cara, o cara derruba a arma, velho. Ele fica com dor na mão, que foda.
In first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Ok, é estilo Wolfenstein mesmo.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be
Tá, porra, é o Bitores Mendes, velho, do Resident Evil 4.
Sparking Indiana's curiosity. Who the hell are you? Following the trail, Indiana
Igualzinho, até a mesma roupa, velho.
hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Leave me in Vatican.
Pô, cara, tomara. Tipo, pelo que eu tô vendo aqui, tá ótimo. Assim, eu preferia que fosse em terceira pessoa. Não que eu não goste de jogo em primeira pessoa, eu curto bastante FPS. Mas assim, em exploração eu prefiro em terceira. Só que eu não ligo, cara. Se for bom, o jogo pra mim tanto faz.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun.
O gameplay ali, cara, tava muito interessante.
But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
Isso tá meio com cara de Immersive Sim, tipo Prey e
We have these
Dishonored.
really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds. And in this game,
o bom de ser em primeira pessoa é que não vai ter essas comparações com Uncharted e Tomb Raider.
Cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
Se bem que assim, eu acho que tanto o Uncharted quanto o Tomb Raider, os últimos que saíram, não foram tão bons assim.
John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our
Esse aí vai ser a nova geração, com
We use
certeza.
a lot of stunt actors.
Esse jogo do Indiana Jones aí é pra vender console, sem dúvidas. Vender console e vender PC. Né?
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indie,
Não, eu acho que não vai ser engana trouxa não. O Machine Game geralmente, assim, ele tá tão bonito quanto o Wolfenstein, que é um jogo que eles já fizeram.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
Cara, tem até a cicatriz do Harrison Ford no queixo.
Our villains, and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is
Cara, isso aí de você puxar o cara com o chicote é muito da hora.
sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits,
Ele deu uma pasada no saco do cara, velho.
just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from
Mano, o combate do chicote parece estar muito interessante.
Puzzles are a key feature.
Dá pra dar chicotada no saco do cara, dá pra dar chicotada no pé e puxar ele.
Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and
Esse jogo aí, mano, quem não tem Xbox vai querer comprar por causa dele, velho.
Small secrets and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
A cara dele.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
É o rosto do Harrison Ford, mas não é ele dublando, né? Acho que vai sair pra PC sim, mas acho que vai ser só Xbox e PC.
And immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience.
Bom, se você tiver o Xbox One, provavelmente vai dar pra jogar ele na cloud, né?
A game for everyone,
Game Pass.
whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more.
Todd Howard ali no fundo, roubando o negócio. Esse vai ser no fim de 2024. Esse aí vai ser o grande jogo do Xbox esse ano. A música tá perfeita, velho. Tipo, perfeita mesmo.
Should I take one?
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy!
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
Então, o Halo eu não sei se vai rolar. Tipo, até onde eu sei, o pessoal da 343 tá trabalhando no Halo Infinite e nesse jogo do Indiana Jones, eles estão ajudando. Agora, quando vai sair um novo, eu não sei. Cara, o fim desse ano vai ter muito jogo da Xbox. Vai ter esse Ara, vai ter o Avowed, vai ter o Indiana Jones, vai ter o Stalker. É foda que tipo, vai sair tudo ao mesmo tempo. Mesmo se você tiver como comprar, você não vai ter tempo pra jogar tudo. Eu vou focar no Avowed e no Indiana Jones, que parecem os dois mais da hora. É isso aí, galera. Muito obrigado por terem vindo assistir aqui o Developer Direct comigo. Eu vou fazer mais live essa semana. Aliás, eu baixei o Elden Ring no PC. Eu tenho que upar um personagem no PC agora, né? Porque já vai sair o DLC do jogo. E eu preciso de ter um personagem no level certo pra poder fazer os vídeos quando sair. Se algum de vocês tiver Elden Ring no PC... Próxima live aí, bora jogar online. Eu não tenho nem no PlayStation. Sem problemas, Lucadzito. Qualquer coisa vocês me vêm jogar offline mesmo, não tem problema não. Só pra eu ter alguém com quem conversar enquanto eu vou zerando o jogo, tá bom. Porque eu tenho vários personagens já terminados no Xbox. No Xbox não, no PlayStation 5. Só que, tipo... É mais fácil pra mim fazer vídeo no PC, né? Então... Eu quero ver se macetar a Malenia. Eu posso macetar a Malenia pra você. Então, agora tá faltando um evento do PlayStation, né? Cadê? Não anunciaram nada até agora? Mas é isso aí, galera. Qualquer dia desses aqui eu vou lançar uma live do Elden Ring aí. Então fiquem de olho. Da Marlene. Não, de primeiro eu não sei, que eu tô enferrujado pra caralho. Mas eu tento. Macete por mim. Muito obrigado por todo mundo que veio aqui assistir a live comigo. Fiquem bem, se cuidem e até a próxima live, gente.